News Channel 5 broke this story earlier this week of potential voter fraud in Palm Beach County. Tonight, exclusive new information as this investigation widens. Good evening, I'm Shannon Cake. Both Michael and Kelly have this evening off. Tonight, the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections is calling for a statewide inquiry now as she prepares to hand check tens of thousands of forms. News Channel 5's Evan Axelbank is joining us live with details on this story tonight. Evan?
Shannon, as early as Monday, election workers here could start poring over some 60,000 recently changed voter registration forms to make sure that the changes were made by the voters themselves and not fraudulently by Strategic Allied Consulting. On Wednesday, election supervisor Susan Booker showed us the stack of 106 forms that she suspected were doctored by this third-party group. They were fired this week by the state and national Republican parties. It was their job to get out the vote for Mitt Romney by registering new voters. Today, Booker pushed the statewide president of election supervisors to formulate a plan to examine recently changed voter records, not just in Palm Beach, but all over Florida. That could mean hundreds of thousands of forms have to be examined before Election Day to make sure that signatures and addresses are legitimate. The worry is that voters could get to polling places in November and not be on the rolls because their information was changed by Strategic Allied Consulting without even knowing it.
What we can do is try and verify if we received the application through a third-party voter registration organization. We might want to take a bigger look at that and even, in fact, try and contact the voter before Election Day.
Strategic Allied Consulting defended their practices today, telling NBC News that the fraud in Florida was caused by a bad apple.
It angers me when anyone in this country commits voter fraud.
Booker says she might even ask the Florida Division of Law Enforcement to step in and demand that Strategic Allied Consulting turn over all their paperwork so that they can see exactly who they submitted voter forms for.
I don't think it's a crisis. You know, we found it and we're aware of it, and it's unfortunate that it's spreading throughout the state, but I think that if we get a good handle on it right away, that we can address it.
One holdup here is that Susan Booker says it's impossible to go through and see which third-party group submitted each new voter form. That's because she says there's no data field for it in their entry system, and she says that might be something that the legislature wants to take up the next time they meet. We're live in West Palm Beach tonight. Evan Axelbank, WPTV News Channel 5.